Flight Lieutenant Hughes was born in Carmarthen. 100 feet. Airspeed. The two 90-degree turns. For the next display item,
a reminder to many of you in the local area has the mount of the Cosford-based Universities of Birmingham.
As he pulls up at 5G, he converts his speed into height to perform his first manoeuvre, the hammerhead. Flight Lieutenant Hughes was born in Carmarthen, South Wales, and started his flying career in the Royal Air Force in 1989, flying the Queen of the Skies, the VC-10, out of RAF Rise Norton. Then, as a search and rescue pilot on the Sea King. From the end of this half horizontal, Bob will push negative 2G to level the aircraft upside down for an inverted path. This is Bob's second year with Tutor Display. He's operating at base height of 300 feet, except for the two final passes at just 100 feet. The Tutor obviously is the first port of call for most people's experience with aviation in the Royal Air Force, be that Royal Air Force Air Cadets or University Air Squadron students. The next manoeuvre is a ballistic roll, which Bob can use to gain energy for the next part of the sequence. When not displaying, Bob is a qualified flying instructor, or QFI, on 115 Squadron, based at RAF Wittering. He trains fellow frontline pilots into QFIs. During his varied career, Bob has amassed over 8,000 flying hours on 15 different aircraft types. This represents almost a full year in the air. After this half human, Bob will enter the 4-point roll. Get your cameras ready, it's a great photo opportunity. The Tutor has a top speed of 212 miles an hour, or 185 knots, and can achieve maximum positive 6G. Next, we have another wing over, a combined pitching and rolling manoeuvre used to turn the flight path through 180 degrees. You'll notice that every wing over is slightly different, as Bob carefully selects his flight path to cater for differing wing conditions and aircraft energy states. Displaying the Tutor requires careful energy management to its low power-to-weight ratio. Bob now rolls 90 degrees while pointing straight up before completing a stall turn at almost zero airspeed. The two 90-degree turns allow Bob to continue in the same direction. The Tutor is operated by No. 6 Flying Training School in partnership with Babcock International, primarily flying University Air Squadron students and RAF Air Cadets. There are 13 air experience flights across the UK. 50 air cadets a year are now being taught to fly the Tutor up to Cero standards. After this conventional stall turn, Bob will enter the slow roll. During the slow roll, you may have noticed the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund heart on the belly of this aircraft, seen since 2022 to celebrate this fantastic charity. The Benevolent Fund supports Royal Air Force personnel, air cadets and veterans wherever they are in need. We are proud to raise awareness for a charity that gives so much to the whole of the RAF family. Visit our tent or view our Tutor Display leaflets and website to access a QR code to donate to the Benevolent Fund. For those of you that are considering to go to university, there are 15 university air squadrons across the UK. On the squadrons, students are taught to fly the Tutor by highly experienced military flying instructors, like Bob. We're now in the high energy section of the display, with a derry turn, quarter clover, and now just finishing the loop, which are quintessential aerobatic manoeuvres. Today, the Royal Air Force is recruiting for multiple rewarding and demanding professions and has an exciting future. The high tempo of operations continues continues today with aircraft and personnel deployed around the world, operating with NATO and our other allies. Visit the RAF website to find out more about our professions, including, but not limited to, aircrew, air operations controllers, engineers, medics, cyberspace specialists, and many more. Bob will now enter the final section of display with an oblique loop and a half Cuban. The oblique loop puts the aircraft in plan form twice to the crowd, so it's an excellent photo opportunity. I'd like to take this moment to say a big thank you to our supporters this season. They are the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund, Babcock International and Runway 25, who provided much of the merchandise we're giving out at our stand this season. If you've taken any good photos of the tutor, make sure to tag our social medias and use the hashtag tutor display. Bob will now bring the tutor around in his departing way with 100 feet. It's our final great photo opportunity. A big thank you to Cosford Airshow for hosting us today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the 2025 Royal Air Force Tutor Display.
Well, Seb, thank you very much for that great display. Very important aircraft around these here parts, of course, with the only aircraft, RAF aircraft that's actually based here at Cosford. So, yeah, pass our thanks on to everybody involved. Thank you. So while we just have a couple of moments before the next display item, a reminder to not only look up while you're here today, but look down and look around. So many things to interact with, people to talk to, opportunities to part with your cash, opportunities to eat and drink. It is a proper at-home day, so please make sure you do have a good walk around. There's so many things on the airfield here, including in most of the hangars towards the rear of the showground, especially the corporate STEM hangar. There's some amazing stuff in there, absolutely is. One of the hangars away to the left-hand side, as you look out, has the Jaguar up on its jacks. It's become a bit of a favourite here. And